how do you get things done when you don't feel like it? I'm answer this from me personally. I think that there are some scriptural things behind me in my mind, but this is just the raw, where the rubber meets the road for me. I set up a routine, and I actually take that very, very seriously. I kind of analyze my priorities and what has to get done, and I make a routine, and then I kind of tweak it to make sure that there's actually enough time to do it. And I don't put anything on my routine list that doesn't have to be done. I just don't stick it in there because I won't do it. Just be like, it doesn't need to be done. And therefore, the things that are in my routine are priorities, and the fear of the Lord is what makes me do it, because sometimes I just don't want to. But I do it because it's the right thing to do, and I'm going to be judged by God someday if I'm a faithful steward. So, number 2, I prioritize rest a lot, because if I get overtired, I just don't get anything done. I just crash and I stay in bed and it doesn't get done. So you might as well just have self-care instead of escapism. Number 3, I have set time frames when things have to be done, like homeschooling. I know that I try to be done with homeschooling by April, before April, so that we can go out and enjoy the sunshine and go bike riding. So I know this is my list. I know how long it takes to get it done. And as we start getting closer to that time when it needs to be done, if I have slacked off, I just really work at it. But also that does give me a buffer zone to know, can I procrastinate a little bit? Where am I in this list? So procrastinating on purpose actually is not necessarily a bad thing if you need to put something else as a priority for a little bit. So sometimes you don't get those things done right then, so long as you get them done in time. Number 4, I avoid the all or nothing mentality, because that'll just make you quit right away. Rather, I just think I'm continually moving forward in my goals, and it might take them a little bit longer to get done, but I'm not abandoning them just because today was a rough day. You don't always bat 1,000. You just have to accept that that's how life is. And if today was a bad day and you didn't get things done and you consider yourself a failure, you're not a failure if you're continually moving forward in that goal. So tomorrow is a new day. Number 5, prayer and devotions, and having God set my to-do list. So I do have my routine. I do have my priorities. Sometimes things come in on top of that. Regularly things come in on top of that. But every morning when I pray, I ask God to show me what I need to do for that day, and I literally just write it down by the time frames of my entire day, and I start, and unless I'm like, unless it's a day where I've crashed, but I just start the momentum, and I don't goof off until the work is done. Always work first, play later, and I check off my list as I complete them, and that keeps me motivated, because every time I cross it off, I'm like, hey, I'm one step closer to freedom. And then I take rest and family time very seriously. At the end of my work day, after dinner, when the kitchen is cleaned up, I check out, because that is the fruit of my labor, and that reward is the gift of God. All work and no play messes with my mind. So that's how I stay motivated.